Huh.
Hello there. Welcome to week 5 in 6 weeks of Soap of the Gods by Monica Gillum from Vanulet. This week's scent is Petales de Rose. I know I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but I think it basically means petals of the rose. And that is, in my opinion, that's exactly what you get. I don't get any perfumey kind of stuff. My mother-in-law, before she got so elderly that she couldn't, by the way, before we get started, the brush tonight is going to be my Ever-Ready 100 with a 20mm gold nib, finest. But my mother-in-law, before she got so elderly that she couldn't, she used to have all different kinds of flowers from all over the world that she grew all over her property. She was almost like an amateur horticulturalist, or whatever you want to call it. And she had these big, huge roses that were almost as big around as my head, and they stood about that tall. And they were in the corner of her yard, and I used to do martial arts practice right there in amongst all of those roses. And that's what this brings back to me, is doing forms and kicks and things of that nature, and meditating there among those roses. It's lovely stuff. So thank you, Monica, because that brings back great memories. And that's something that, is really awesome about scent. And one of the reasons I think the soap journeys we take, all the different types of soaps and stuff it is that we end up acquiring and using. That's one of the things that's really, really fun to me in the wet shaving thing that we do. This is not a hobby for me. I know everybody calls this a hobby. And if it's a hobby for you, that's fine. But this has become a way of life for me. It's not a hobby. It's not something I do just because I enjoy it, although I do. But it's enriched my life in so many different ways that it's become a part of me and not just a hobby. So, I know you guys, that's what lovely. And the cream has got a pinkish, I don't know if you can see it, tinge to it. But that's what this has become for me. It's not a hobby. It's become an extension of who I am. So, and the different scents and stuff that we get to use in these shave soaps, they're absolutely wonderful. This stuff, I love the way this stuff handles water. You guys know, some of you that watch my channel, that's like an important part of soap to me, something that I look for in different soaps is that ability to really handle water. And I like soaps that are thirsty. Monster soaps are wonderfully thirsty. I mean, I kind of overloaded the brush this time though, but that's alright. But I mean, I'm throwing a ton of water at this soap, and the scent of this is just absolutely lovely. You guys know I love lavender. Well, lavender, rose, and lilac. Yeah, I like the florals. It's just, they're just lovely, and this is a wonderful rose scent. And the lather is a bit, I don't know if you can see it, but the lather is quite pinkish, at least what I'm getting. But it's a beautiful, beautiful lather. It's got a wonderful sheen on it, and a wonderful face feel. For the razor tonight, I'm going to use my father-in-law's Boker. This is St. Louis. And believe it or not, this soap could use more water. So I'm gonna cheat, I guess you'd call it, I don't know. And I'm gonna add some water to the soap that's on my face. There we go. Add some more like it. Lovely. Alright. And I'll add a little more water to that bowl next pass. But that's something, if you're new, board squeaking there, that's something, if you're new, that you ought to kind of put into practice. If you notice something about your shave that's off, fix it. Don't suffer through a halfway shave that is not going to be pleasant. You know, don't be lazy. Fix it. Whether it's water or the blade's dull or whatever, fix it. if I start on a shave, lovely, and that shave is not right somehow, in this case, I wanted more water in the soap. And I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make it right. To fix it. And I don't care if it's in the middle of one of these videos or what. Doesn't matter. I'm going to fix it. Lovely soap. Pretty much what I've come to expect. But I think that this, I could be wrong, but I think that this is a bit different batch from what I've been getting. I don't know whether it's newer or younger or whatever, but it's slicker. And there's a difference in the feel that I can't quite describe in the way this lather feels on my face. Put some more water in that mug, bowl, whatever you want to call it. This is actually like a soup mug. But put some more water in my lather. If you like perfumey roses, rose scents and stuff like that, this probably would not be for you. But if you like, look at that lather. If you like rose scents that are natural, the natural scent of the rose, this is good stuff. I like both. So lovely slickness. And personally, although I absolutely love this, look at that. Watch this. Lovely. Anyway, although I love this scent, it don't beat that fougere that I shaved with last week. That's the stuff, buddy. Uh, but this is lovely stuff. My skin is so slick that I have to reach for some alum in order to stretch whatever residual, and even the alum I'm having a hard time, whatever the residual slickness left over from that last pass. I'm having some more of that out. Having a hard time grabbing my skin, and I like that. Lovely. And tonight, just because I'm enjoying the shave so much, probably don't need it. Pass number 3. And I'm going to do a second pass, north to south, just for the fun of it. Both of these, any kind, or south to north rather, any kind of south to north or north to south pass on the majority of my face is across the grain. So essentially what I've just done, or what I'm doing, is 3 cross grain passes. Anybody wants to know why? Because I want to. That's another thing we ought to understand. You're taught on the forums, you're taught in all the different groups and stuff, and it's good technique. I'm not saying it's not. But you're taught you do it with the grain pass, and across the grain pass, and then against the grain pass if you need it. The last thing you should do is against the grain. You should only do that if you need it. And if your skin can tolerate it. But some people's faces, first of all, like mine, only with the grain I'm ever going to do is here. Period. That's just the way that is. Everything else is across the grain or against the grain. I'd have to go like this, do with the grain on my cheeks, and it's not worth it. Across the grain does the job for me. That's one. And two, you know what? Despite what everybody wants to tell you, there aren't any rules. There are none. You can shave, do 1 with the grain pass and call it good. You can do 3 with the grain passes. You can do whatever you want. Doesn't matter. And I don't pay. When I first started wet shaving, traditional wet shaving, yeah, I paid attention to those things because I was learning. But I've been doing this long enough that I don't, I understand why things like that are done. I understand my face. Lovely. That's really, really, a really, really close shave. I may start doing that on a semi-permanent basis. But anyway, I know my face. I know technique well enough to know what I can do and what I can get away with. And I don't sweat. Oh, you got to do this, this, and this. I got to do whatever I feel like doing. That's what I got to do. So I'm going to finish off with Stetson Cooling Moisture aftershave, and I have added a snot load of menthol to this. It had menthol to start with, but I've added a bunch more because I like it. So, all right, thank you. I appreciate you joining the shave with me this evening. Monica Gillum, once again, thank you for a delicious soap. Soap of the Gods, Vanillé, Petals de Rose. If you like roses, try that. All right, God bless you, and I will see you later.